So one spot we did not check is behind this piece right here, which is the blower. So let's have a look. And wouldn't you know, here is the guilty culprit right here. While you're at it, good time, remember to get your shop vac, clean this off. Clean every little thing off. And you can see, look at how much crap gets built up in there. But this is your guilty culprit. So once this is replaced, which means we're gonna have to take apart the machine all over again just to loosen the fan to get it off, put a new one on, should solve the problem. And we shouldn't have any more issues with this machine, at least. Fingers crossed. But this time of night we have to depend on the magic of video. And here we are. Here's your part number. Good luck. And look what we have here. One fan blade, or what do they call these? In a car, we would just call it a fan blade. Dryer, it's a blower wheel. And there you go. And this is going to fix that problem now. But there is another problem. Hopefully you got good at taking apart the machine. Because guess what? Chances are, this whole machine got to come apart again. Yes, again. Because underneath, where you remember the motor, that motor has two nuts that have to be held and turned opposite of one another in order to loosen to remove that fan from the back. And then that fan has to be spun counterclockwise to tighten back on, while then you come back in here and tighten the two nuts, which means the drum has to come out. Everything's got to come back apart just to get that goddamn thing in place. Ain't that a bitch? But at least you've gotten good at taking this apart, putting it back together. So it shouldn't be that hard. You remember how to put the drum and the belt on the pulley and everything, so everything should be fine. At this point, you should be good to go. So we'll just go ahead and fast forward through the magic of video. Okay. So we're back in the guts. And this clip here has to be removed. This is what's actually, you got to get under here to be able to hold down the actual turning mechanism here, and then hold it down here as well, so that you can actually keep this straight to get that fan off. Use vice grip pliers, use wrenches, whatever you need to do. But this clip here will come off. Let me pause right here and do that. And as you can see, removing the clip alone, look, just damn, dude. I mean, now you get a little bit better appreciation, I think, for just how dirty or how much shit these machines actually accumulate over the years. But now you should be able to get a good look at, this is the fan here. So we might have to, we can get a wrench, some pliers here, like wrench right here. As you can see, part of it does have a groove, so you can hold it. And then as we're holding it, turn. It's going to be clockwise from the front, so it would be counterclockwise from the rear. Is how so we're going to turn, the fan is going to turn this way from the rear to loosen, because it turns counterclockwise to tighten. So we'll go get a couple extra tools and get that fan off. So this is exactly how it's gonna turn. So you can put your vice grip plier, try to lock it down where it's going to kind of be locked into place. Or you can just turn it, use both hands, whatever. So you got one here, one here. Nothing to it. Just remember that that the fan itself is going in the opposite direction. So if this is the one that was staying still, remember that this plier is going to go this way. It's going to go counterclockwise versus it going clockwise. If you were looking at it from the back, it's going to be that way as well. So right here, just play around with it. In this case, you can lock this side here. I don't think you really have to apply a whole lot of force. Just go ahead and give it its turn. I can already feel it's loosening up a little bit. You can be patient with this one if you want. No reason to go overboard, but you just kind of repeat this process until that fan comes off on the other side, and that's it. And just replace it. And look at this disaster. You can see the light that's coming through here from the other side. So this would be the alternate view. You just kind of turn this guy until it comes off. It will come off, even though it doesn't feel like it, but it will. You got to remember that this thing has gone through so many turns, has to, because this thing spins how many times just in one cycle, let alone throughout the course of its life, So you'll feel it. It'll get softer and softer as it goes. If you have a buddy, it's even better. They can watch the other side. I have the locking plier locked downward on the other side. It's not turning anywhere. So this booger will just eventually come out of here. And then once we get it out, we'll put the new one on. All right, we're back. So you can see there's a thread there. This guy, again, just goes in counterclockwise. It'll hit, and then you got to go and tighten, lock down the other side. Make sure this is nice and tight, because remember the fan spins this way. So that's pretty much as far as the fan. Now it's all about putting everything back together. All right, we put our machine back together. Okay, let me just put it on just a normal cool down cycle to plug it back in. And now it's the moment of truth. So what I'm gonna do is, first we'll do it with the door closed. Listen to that. It does sound like it has a little bit of a stutter. That could be the wheels breaking in. Could be the belt isn't 100% there as far as tension. Could also be the feet, as you can see, has a little bit of a wiggle. Could be you have to adjust the height of the machine. And now let's do it this way. Okay, so we'll go ahead and trick the machine. See it spinning, quiet. Check your heater core, make sure it's heating up. You can see it does look like it has a little bit of a stutter. Again, that could be the wheels, it needs to be realigned a little bit. It is in a cool down cycle. So let's try putting it on a hotter cycle. And checking to see. Want to make sure that okay, you can kind of see where it looks like it's bouncing a little bit right up there. That's not that bad. It's a pretty simple adjustment. It's not too bad. You just gotta play around with it a little bit. It could also be, if you guys remember the felt could be off. It could be that the front end is a little bit loose. It just needs to be banged into place a little bit better. But look, our heater core is working, or heater element. As you can see, it's turning cherry red. The machine is quiet. At least now it is usable. Make sure it cools off. And look at this shit. Even at the very end, you still get a freaking piece of lint. Isn't that crazy? Core's off. Just gotta adjust the feet. As you can see, it has a little bit of a jiggle. That could also be causing it as well. It doesn't hurt it, but it doesn't help it. But that, my friends, is a wrap. Well, folks, that's all there is to it. You can see it's not that bad. Don't be so intimidated. Dryers are a simple beast, but I still hate them. To me, there's nothing better than a good old-fashioned clothesline and fresh air and sunshine to get your clothes dry the right way. But hey, in the modern age, it could be a necessity depending on where you live. So I want to just, as always, say thank you for checking out this episode of CD's Retro Garage, and reminding everyone to stay safe, be kind one to another. Peace out.